Please be seated if you're not already. Today we're going to be talking about tradition! Christmas traditions, things that we do, that we seem to do every year, or just things that we remember as we were children that we would do with our families. Do you have anything? Oh, I don't want to talk today because I feel like crap.
So then you're asking me to talk?
Well, I mean, I figured you should talk first, and then I can do all the rest of the talking.
If I have anything I want to throw in, I will.
Okay, good plan. All right, so some things that I remember when I was a child that we did, they were like pretty much traditions. I used to help my mom make a few different things. We used to make homemade ornaments. I mean, we had the pipe cleaners, the beads, and she always knew exactly what shape she wanted them to be. So she would help me to make the shapes, and then once I kind of got the hang of it, she would let me go by myself, and if I had any problems, she would be like, help right there to help me. She didn't leave me by myself. I mean, I was 7 or 8 doing this, so it wasn't like I could be by myself and not mess up the candy cane. She probably still has some of those, the candy cane that we made, or we made these circular ornaments that we had. You could put pictures on them and things like that. It was lots of fun. I remember doing that. Another thing I remember doing was making cookies with my mom, especially the cutout ones. It was always interesting because when I was really, really young, and it was pretty much the only thing I could do was to do the cutout things, because I wasn't quite sure how to do the whole putting the candies on the cutout cookies just before they were going to go into the oven. So my mom would have me use cookie cutters. Well, sometimes I wasn't always sure where to put the cookie cutter, and I would overlap them. So we would have a very unshapen, really weird looking cookie. I think that was the ones that Mom would have to roll out again and show me a little bit more of how we were supposed to do the cookie cutter thing, but she never got upset with me. We got flour everywhere, and when I was old enough to do the candy, she was very specific about, you need to push them in just a little bit to make sure they don't come off the cookies while we put them in the oven and take them out. So she gave me some instruction, and it was fun. And then the even more fun part was getting to eat some when they were ready. So those are some of the traditions I remember as I was a child. That it was just me and my mom. I'm not exactly sure the traditions that included my brother other than actually opening the presents. We kind of had a routine when we got to the point where we could actually stay away from the presents. It was always make sure Mom was awake. We usually had breakfast first, and then we would open the presents. Sometimes she'd be like, okay, you can open your stockings first, and then we'll get breakfast, because she always knew sometimes we were kind of anxious to open up something. And I think when it was time to decorate the Christmas tree was some of the most fun times, because when we were little, we couldn't reach very high, so we couldn't help Mom decorate the high parts, but as we got taller, we were able to reach higher, and I guess sometimes it was more interesting. As you get older, you can decorate more. And I guess one of the last times we actually decorated the tree as a family, me, my brother, my mom, and my stepdad, was probably one of the most meaningful, just because my stepdad's not here anymore. He passed away in 2015 from cancer. So I just encourage people to, if you have traditions, make sure you either keep them every year or grow them, expand them, make them as meaningful as you can, because you never know who's going to be around next year when Christmas comes. I didn't mean to make this such a downer, but I like traditions. I was talking to Ben about different cultures and their traditions, and I was like, oh, I want to learn about other people's traditions. I want to know what it's like in different countries. I want to know what different religions, how they celebrate this time of the year. It's like, it's Christmas, but not all religions celebrate Christmas. Some of them have their own. Like the Jewish religion, they have Hanukkah. So I want to learn about Hanukkah. I want to learn about Kwanzaa. I want to learn about different, just because I'm curious and I want to know. And it makes it easier, and it also makes it more interesting, because we're all people here and we're all human, except for Ben. He always says that he's not human, but I beg to differ in a way. But sometimes I wonder about him. But I think we just need to accept people and allow them to, whatever their culture is, we should embrace it and allow them to celebrate however they like, whatever that may be. And, I like traditions of decorating. And today, I guess it was yesterday, or whenever day it was, Ben went to Home Depot, where he works, and he got us some Christmas lights. So we have Christmas lights, except at least outside anyway. So we still have our trees up since 2017 Christmas time. And it's still the same. But one day soon, it's going to change. I'm going to decorate it. And it's going to be different. It's going to be nice. I can't wait for pictures. Maybe we can somehow show them to you guys. Not sure how we're going to do that. But, yeah. So, I wish now we could take questions and be like, so what are some of your all's traditions that you guys do? But we really can't do that in the service. Because you can't give us answers unless you send them to us in Second Life Messenger, or you go to almcyberchurch.org and you send us a message through the director's offices. I guess you could do that. But it would be so much more fun to be able to hear other people's right now. But we don't have that ability.
Yeah, if you do send us your things you've done, we might read them maybe next week, possibly, maybe. Although you decrease your chances of having it read if, like, you tell about the large orgy that you have every year or something like that. We try to keep it somewhat family friendly. We used to make peanut butter balls, Apple Betty, and watch It's a Wonderful Life and The Sound of Music.
I like those movies. They're good movies to watch. Oh, that reminds me something that I could say. Again, sorry. I didn't mean, did I interrupt?
I'm done.
Okay. We used to watch, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movies, those kind of movies. The old ones, like 1970s or earlier or something like that. I don't remember exactly when. No, I don't remember exactly when they were made. But we would watch them. Like my mom made sure she videotaped them, and then every year, instead of trying to remember when they came on TV, we would just watch the movies one after another. I guess we did that. Did I don't know if we did that Christmas Eve or not. Because sometimes we went to church Christmas Eve and we did the candlelight service thing. But I don't know if it was Christmas Eve or maybe after church. But yeah. It was fun. I like those movies. They're fun movies.
Okay, well, if you want to join us in the garden here in a minute, talk about what you like that you've done.
Traditions.
Yeah, you're invited to do that. If you're listening outside of Second Life, you can quickly Go to almcyberchurch.org, click the join us in the virtual world or something like that link, and it gives quick and easy instructions. You'll be in here in no time. And, yep. So, that's it.
May you all have a wonderful week. Just think, it's soon Christmas time. In about 10 days. It's exciting. So, may your week and the next couple of days between now and into Christmas and hereafter, that may they be filled with traditions, old and new. Bye, y'all. Go in peace.